Good morning, Monday morning. It is March now. It is March. This I know. Yes, it's me. It's Lady and the Frogs. I'm a bit emotional because I've just watched Lex's update about surgery, which is I don't know. That's one way of starting the morning, but I don't know. I think that's being 40s, being female and dealing with your bits and pieces. So this is the storeroom. I don't show you the living room, but I will. It's full of Lego, absolutely full of Lego. Again, the plan from the weekend changed. We did have we were dancing around on Saturday night, even though there was Lego on the floor. We got trashed. My husband worked Saturday, and then we went to B&Q, which was an ordeal. This pink box here is all smashed in. My husband was in here after he'd finished work on Friday, and he was leaning on some of the boxes, and then they crashed through that one, and I was quite angry with him. So he says, oh, well, I promised to take you to B&Q. So now this room is slightly better in that we have a line of these ones, which I've had before, but these are the form ones, which they do at B&Q. And I've bought the set. I've bought the set of 3, which has these smaller ones with it. I'll put you back. Yeah, so it has a load of these smaller ones, which, because of my storage situation, isn't so bad. And the goal is going to be that hopefully I can get all my Lego spares into some of these, so that stops being a problem. So that when I'm like dealing with sorting Lego, at least I know where I'm going. But I've actually got, I'm at a point now where I've got empty boxes. But anyway, I've got to pull the post. That's why I'm in here. I've got to pull the post. It's just coming up to 9, so I'm dragging my heels a bit. Anyway, it's not sorted in here yet, but it's getting there. And I probably don't even know where half of this stuff is, because now I've moved everything. I've confused myself. I don't think it is in there. It's probably best if I just time lapse this. Hyperlapse. Hyperlapse is what you call it when you're on Samsung. Shirts and polos. It is dusty up there. Whatever you sell is always going to be something which is in the fucking corner. Right, so hyperlapse / time lapse ain't working, which is nice. So that's why you've just got me swearing then. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. The only reason that these boxes are here, oh my god, you know, I tidied this. I spent all day yesterday tidying this, or no, most of Saturday actually. So all my cardboard boxes are now behind there, which isn't the best place for them. Right. This is working, this is working. I just need to find some personal stuff I've sold, which I don't seem to be able to work out where the hell I've put them. Which they should be in there, which I've already looked at. And then there's all this stuff which is falling over, which is, I'm so reluctant to list. I'm so reluctant to list it too soon because it's the last of my backlog. It's not in here because I know I put everything in, I box everything in genre. What is going on? How can one tidy? How can one tidy and end up in the same carnage they were trying to avoid? This is weird. Where are they? No, that's Lego, as I thought. Yeah. Job lots. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? I've just looked in there. Oh, great. Why is life like this? Oh, it's here. Oh my god. I've already designated a box for it. It's got to be these. I haven't got that many. I only split them. Yes. This is what I'm looking for. These are my childhood books. The last of them. I only got £5 for all of this, considering that these are supposed to be, you know, vintage. But there's some nice titles in here as well. There's some quite old ones. These which are from the 50s and 60s. I know this one is because I think this is one that my mum had. Because it's got an inscription from Kent, which is why I talk a bit like this, because they're from Kent. So yeah, £5 for all of those Ladybird books. Not good. Don't ever let anybody tell you that nostalgia sells. Okay, anyway, the rest of the stuff is plain song medieval music from the Cambridge University Press. It's going to Cambridge. Then I have this jumper, which is 100% cashmere, but the label's been cut out, but it says cashmere and in another language on it, on the bit that's been left. And that's only Lyland Scott. And then these jeans, which I absolutely love. I used to have this exact pair when I was growing up. Jane Norman. 25 quid for them, which is reasonable for a pair of jeans. This is my husband's hoodie, which I've washed loads of times trying to get the stains out, but it didn't happen. It's Cradle of Filth. 15 quid we've got for that. It went on auction. This is obviously personal stuff, not stuff just. I've got a personal account as well, which I just put a few of the things on, and that's a load of his t-shirts as well, which I think I've got £10 for them. I'm not quite sure. And like I say, those books, they were a personal thing. And then cardigan. This is 100% merino wool. But I have 2 boxes worth of knitwear stuff. I really think that because nobody's been sort of out and about that much, you know, you only go to the supermarket, you don't get cold, so there's not really that many sales of knitwear. And you know, let's face it, you needed a good jumper on half the time when you're in these workplaces where they wouldn't put the heating on. So sales of jumpers have not been good, and now I've got 2 boxes worth of them. I'm wondering what the hell I'm going to do with the damn things. Very, very frustrating. I think that's everything. I feel like I haven't pulled something out. There's a t-shirt over there, which I can show you, that I've got to move forward. So this is, you know, somebody looking forward to spring, and this I paid £2 for this, but it is new with tags. Francesca Bernadetta, and that's 100% linen. Yeah, what did I get? £20 for that. So that's all of that. Yeah, so I need to get control of this room, but I've got a lot of stuff which obviously needs putting away. I feel like I've forgotten something. The trouble is because I've had to look at 2 different eBay accounts. I've sent a load of stuff on Saturday morning because I had auctions ending, and I thought that might mean that people would actually sell, but I think people were just sat in their gardens or something yesterday because there wasn't really any bidders. I thought that Cradle of Filth thing, Missy, might have sold for a bit more. Some of the Cradle of Filth stuff does, some of their t-shirts, their rarer stuff, sells for the £500 mark. I think that one's only 2008. Don't know, but the vintage stuff is worth picking up. I mean, just pick it up, whatever, because you're not going to be paying that much for it, and it'll probably sell. So I'm going to pack this up. I'm going to go to the post office, and then the next quest is the state of the living room, which I will show you when I get back, because it's bad. It's bad. So it's actually been quite pleasant in a way, being able to actually pack in here. So I must be winning the battle with this room, because it's actually quite nice as I've been able to pack stuff up and got my package in there. These are the books. The customer name is a Muslim one, so I'm covering up the fact that it's Stella Artois on the box, but I'm not finding another box because this was the box, and I've just put all my boxes away, so I'm not in a mess that up. Mind you, it needs something on it because no doubt by the time it gets out there into the world, the nice weather will end and the rain will come. Right, so that one is that label. 1.6 kilograms. It's not very exciting video, this. So I'm going to make today short, I think. Short and sweet. Not that short and sweet. Sorry for the failed hyperlapse. I have no idea. It took me ages to get the camera set up into the right position, and then it decided to just go on standard filming. Great move. I don't know why I've just stuck the label on this side, which had less logos on it than the other side. But there you are. They get upset in my post office that I use these. But there you go. You never know sometimes whether people are being sarcastic or not. Okay, so the Cradle of Filth thing's going to America, so I originally put it in one of these, so I've changed it into plain packaging as in case they get some kind of like fees on it. So these are just the personal ones that I'm doing here, and And the other ones are printed in the other room. It's just, it was easier to pack in here because of all the Lego and all the other stuff. So I've got all the books out, which I photographed ready. I need to put backing tape on this because I don't trust it. Oh, for goodness sake, it's going to be one of those days. I can feel it already. I don't even know what the reasoning for that ridiculous piece of tape is. Every time I go and look for something, it's gone missing. Hence why I'm starting a new roll of tape. I think I was doing something. But things keep vanishing in this pit of iniquity. I'm down to one pair of scissors again. We had 5 scissors at one point, and now the only ones I can find are these. I have no idea what keeps going on. I think this is why I'm desperate to declutter, because it's just pointless. I can't find what I need because of the amount of rubbish which is laying around. Okay, right, so I've got to fill that one in. I'm going to leave the stuff in here. Do the ones for the actual business account. I think it's been a poor weekend actually for sales. I don't know. But from looking at the queue, when we went into B&Q to get these boxes, there was another reason. I need to do the balcony because we tried to treat it last year and we couldn't do it because the neighbour complained that we were treating the balcony. So we need to wash it and coat it because we didn't get to do it last year. And obviously we were on the balcony a lot, and it's really, because we're the top balcony, it gets disgusting. So I needed some treatment for that, which is what I wanted to buy. But the queue, it was like I think there was a rave on in the back or something that we didn't get invited to, because the queue was all the way to the corner of the car park, and B&Q was quite big. So if you go into B&Q, be warned, it's busy. It's the only place to be. Right, anyway, let's crack on. Right, back from the post office. I ended up gassing with one of the neighbours over the road for about 10-15 minutes, and then I was letting another Amazon driver needed to be let in, and then the actual postman came and brought me this, but didn't notice that I was standing outside the premises talking to the neighbour. But then they handed me this. So I've done the post, I've got back, I've made another sale typically, but that's okay. It's really weird because I was just looking at my figures, and apparently I had one £4.99 sale on Saturday and made 90 quid yesterday. But I think that includes post, doesn't it? And there's a note with this. So how much did I pay? Oh, it doesn't tell me. I think I paid £10 inclusive of the postage with this. It's because it's got a specific spare part. It had terrible pictures, but it's got a part that I need for a pirate set. I can't find the way into this box. The orthodox way in. I won't be reusing this anyway because it's too flimsy for me to reuse. So not so bad. I'm hoping. I'm sure that smells of smoke. It smells of something peculiar. So this is the actual piece that I was waiting on, one of these jail doors, which I could probably get that for £2 anyway, but I could see that there was a load of other things. It's got this in it. I've got loads for this piece. This piece, but never the other pieces. So I might be able to piece that together. I'm trying to work out whether this needs a wash or not before I start faffing around with it. That's always a good little thing to have, because those flags are one of the rarities. And it's got a castle wall. So these have got decent money on them. And stuff that isn't Lego as usual. These people, I don't know, to take advantage, sometimes you have to be taking the mick out of yourself. Yeah, so it looks like there's a fair few modern and vintage pieces in that. I'm not quite sure what that is. Sometimes when they're assembled though like that, it's easier to work out what it actually refers to, but there's unlikely to be a full set there. Okay, I suppose I better show you the state that my living room is in. This is all my Lego. It is looking nuts. I have literally got everything that I have out. So the aim is I'm going to get all my spares into ones like this. So as you can see, that's all sort of like graded. I'm going to be getting rid of a few of those plates. So that is going to be sold. I've already sorted out the contents of that. So that's all ready to go. I think probably 15 to 20 on that. That's Harry Potter stuff in there, and I know that I've got Hagrid's hut, and then these boxes are just bits. So this is all the stuff that I'm sorting, and I have not got very far at all, because like I said, we actually had some, well, we went to B&Q, and yeah, so I've got all of that to go through and all of this to go through, and I haven't got very far at all, which is ridiculous. I've like got 2 little sets here which I've sorted out. Yeah, I mean it's a good job that I have these stupid labels that I use, because I'm just not getting very far. So those I checked yesterday, so I know what I'm looking at with that, and I've screenshotted what I've got to do. I had this from a previous job lot which wasn't complete. It didn't have the guy with it, but I do believe that I've got everything now. I need some red hands. I've got 1 red hand. I'm sure I've got more, because there's a whole load of stuff here. You see, all of that needs sorting. All of that in there is stuff from the previous job lot, which I just put aside. So I've got all these minifigures here, and I think I've got what I need to piece this together. But you see, there's so many sets which I know that I was missing minifigures from, which I know I've got. So I'm going to be working on getting these sets together. The job lot that I've just bought, I've just tipped out. Let me just close this curtain because it's just crazy. It's not helping much. So weirdly enough, this actually sells, I could probably get a decent price for that on its own because of what it is. It's one of these things from a pirate set. So I've actually got one of the pirate sets which was in this other job lot, which I've put together here. So I put it up here so it was out of the way. It's got the wrong base plate on it. It's supposed to be a green base plate, but I'm just going to declare that, and I'm going to list that today. So this is what it is. So as you can see, that yellow one fits with pirate sets, and it's actually from Eldorado Castle, which is quite a good one. So this is 6266. Yeah, so my notes on there say that's fine. This is ready to go. Obviously I've got this guy as well, which is ready to go. And the dust is ready to give me an asthma attack. The boat goes with it. Oh geez, I've literally just started filming as I've stepped in the door. I'm a bit of a nut. So the rest of the stuff which is in here, so it actually came with one of them as well. And that is actually a piece that I was missing. What's the chances of that happening? No, I don't think it is actually. I think, no, look at that. It's his flipper on this is actually a black flipper. You can't see it. You can't see it because I've got him sat down, but he's got a black flipper. So I've got a blue flipper. Oh, but look, I've got a spare one there. So I think I've got enough for a second one of that. So I think I had another set actually which was missing flippers. I'm going to have to go, but it's somewhere in all of this. which I need to go through. So what else have I got in here? There's got to be some really cool bits in here. No, that's not the right plate for that. Whatever it is, I've got my money back on this already. And this is the trouble with buying job lots, is that people just give you their junk. This is not Lego. And if it is, it's no Lego, I know. It's just people just palming off their fucking rubbish. But anyway, that's I've got my money back on that, and it was some spares that I needed, and there may well be some other things in there. Oh, see, I know I need that for another set, which I've got a little tool, oil can. I've never seen a dumbbell. I think that's a lightsaber holder. But I mean, this isn't Lego. This isn't Lego. That's for the bin. Oh, goodness. People. Oh, well. You can't take advantage of people who know their stuff. Anyway, this is what I'm doing. So this is going to take me a couple of days. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this spot here. And then as I make sets, I'm going to photograph them and I'm going to list them. Those books I've got to photograph. I'm probably going to sit and list some of these because I am selling the books. People are still bored at home. So that's what I'm going to be doing today because I've got all these done. The thing I just sold was another book. But as you can see, I've been hopeless. I've been lazy. I haven't got what I need to do. So the work starts now. So I did sort through all of that. So I know I've got a full set there, but I haven't got the base plates. I was watching an auction for the base plates, but it finished on Saturday while I was standing in the horrendous queue at B&Q, so I didn't bid on them, so I've got to order them. But that's the goal for the day, is to just go through what I've got, which was looking for spare parts. What you see on the carpet it's about 4 or 5 different job lots which I've bought off eBay in the last week, which I've cleaned and I've just put on there. That's why you've got that. There's a weird map there because that was in a job lot of other things, and because it's laminated, I put stuff on that to dry it out so it doesn't like make the laminate floor all wet. So that's why I've got like that on there. So things sort of like drying and I'm sorting them out. So it's roughly sorted. I can go through the bags of stuff that I've got, which is more or less ready. I have a castle which I've got to do. I've got a lot of vintage castle sets that are from the late 80s, which is my childhood, which I remember. Some of them, the pirate ones, are more than 1990s, which I didn't have, but I'm familiar with them. So I'm going to put them together. Most of those sets, you get 50 to 100 for the decent ones. The castle that I've got, I should get 150 for because I sold it last year, my personal set. And I think that's it though, is that putting together another one, it just makes it more fun for me because I know where I am. So it is a lot of work doing the inventory, but that's what I'm looking at getting. You know, conservatively, some of the smaller sets are like 20 to 30. And then for the bigger sets, 100. So that's the quest for the week, doing all that. And hopefully I should have everything a bit more under control and organised, and then when I get more job lots in, if I've got everything like graded in those boxes and I know what I'm looking for when I need a spare part, which generally I do, but I've got so many kits which are sort of like 1 or 2 pieces missing, which I know I have, which I know I can sort. That's what I need to do, and that's what I should have done over the weekend. One of the things that I did do, which I haven't actually shown you. Right, so this, not drop that. So these are listed, and these are little sets that I've done. I've already sold the last ones that I put on. So I usually get bricks with these things. So I've got 2 sets there which are packed up. I just needed to find some more cellophane. So I've got another one there, which I've just got on a piece of card. So I'm ready to put that one on. And I've got a few more starter sets to put together. I've got one starter set which has got no interest. I think I need to sort of like chop and change that a bit. But that's modern Lego. People will, I sell that for £8 and it goes large letter, and because it's just the sundry bricks, it's a decent sale. And people just want the job lot of bricks, so it's just something easy for me to do. And obviously because of the way it packs up, I know exactly what I've got there. It's 130 bricks in these sets. Yeah, it's an easy thing. Some of them got like minor marks on, which I declare, but you know, that's why I do it. So it does look like absolute madness when I'm in the middle of sorting it, but it's only because I've got so many job lots there which I haven't dealt with. So that's what I'm cracking on with. Thank you for all my new subscribers, and thank you for Shelster Rooney for the mention. I feel like I've got to like be funny now. She said that she was watching it because of our toilet situation. I mean, the amount of situations that we have in this apartment is ridiculous. The situations with our toilet is both of them, they've had professional plumbers look at them. I've had 3 different plumbers in looking at the toilets in our place. Now, one of them has leaked several times. We're the top floor flat. One of the times when it leaked, I only knew about it because the people downstairs had rang the managing agents and told them about it. The managing agents had then emailed me on an email address which I didn't use. And that was their idea of something urgent. And then 2 weeks after that, the people downstairs knocked on my door and says, "Oh, have you got something that's leaking?" And at the time, we'd just had the boiler replaced, which is another issue. You know, we've got a brand new boiler, which is naff. And I was like, "Well, what do you mean? If this was 2 weeks ago, then our boiler was leaking and we got it replaced." And then, so I went downstairs, and then where our middle bathroom is, they had like brown water mark on the wall. And I was thinking, are you serious that you didn't come up and say something to us about that? So then I got the guy who installed our boiler to come back, and he immediately thought that he'd done the substandard job, which he had. But you know, scratch that. So he came, and the soil pipe basically was screwed over. So it was just, every time we flushed, it was going downstairs. At that time, I'd redone the bathroom, and because we'd put like a nice flooring down, it disguised the smell of the leaking sewage for us because we put this floor down. But then when we peeled the floor down, which was really annoyed because we'd done such a good job, because I'd put 2 layers down of this lino, because the floor was a bit uneven anyway. So we'd put down 2 layers of that, and for some reason it somehow stopped the smell. But then the smell hit us, and we basically got this guy to just rip the toilet out and replace it, because it was just, you just couldn't see what the hell was causing the problem. So we've got a brand new toilet in, but that doesn't fill up properly, and neither does the one in the ensuite. So neither toilet fills up properly. But it does flush. The middle one does, the main toilet does flush eventually after a couple of goes. But it tends to be one of those things where you flush it, and then it shows you what you've done. It's sort of like the flush sort of falls down. So you've got your bowl, and the water sort of goes down at the back of it, and then it just sort of like rises up what you've done and shows you your product, and then sinks it down. So just sort of like swims it around with a bit of water, and then you're like, okay, thanks. Do you want to get rid of it? Yeah, know what I did. So then you have to flush it again, and then sometimes it doesn't fill up, so you have to turn on the cold tap for it to fill up. But sometimes that doesn't work, so you have to take the cistern off and sort of like press it. So yeah, the stories of our toilets. And then the other one, we can't get the part that we need. I mean, actually, I've got like this personal relationship now with Screwfix, because we went in there so many times, because I can't ask advice from anybody. You can only pick something up from most of these places now. You can't ask somebody advice. So there's the feed that comes in, and then it goes to the toilet, and you have this sort of like little curly bit. And whatever the fixing is that goes on there, it always leaks. And that's been replaced now by 2 of these professional plumbers. No 3, no 2, I don't know. I've had 6 plumbers round for various issues, but only 2 or 3 of them have tackled the toilets. But they keep putting this on, and then they're just like, yeah, it's done. But then over time it leaks because it's got like a minor sort of bleed on it. So that's the issue with the other loo. But when all this is over and we can actually go and like speak to somebody and say, this is the part that we've got, we need one that's this size with the right washer on it, please. So hopefully when all this is over, we'll be able to, you know, gain control of the apartment, which I would really like to gain control and declutter, because I would really like to be able to put our apartment on one of these sites where people can film, you know, like dramas and things at our apartment, because we live in Manchester and filming is always happening here. I was watching this little thing earlier that somebody put on about New York, all these films that were based in New York, and two of which had actually been filmed, the New York bits had been filmed in Manchester. And I just thought, yeah, you need to have a rethink. Okay, right, I'm going to leave this here because I'm doing the ramble again. Okay, gonna get on with listing those books, getting the books away, and hopefully get some sales in from those books, and that'll clear the area there so I can do my Lego sorting, which is going to take the best part of this week, I think. But never mind, you know, we're on lockdown. But I do want to get on to doing the balcony clean / paint before the weather really improves, because I'll just get complaints from people downstairs if I'm cleaning the balcony. So that needs to happen in the next week or so. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the new subscribers, and again, thanks Shelsteruni for the mention, and I'll keep you posted on, you know, maintenance issues. Thank you for watching. Bring in a frog.